1970. The Goat owns this one, Gabe the Goat. He's a bit of a legend, old Gabe. Loves a story, bit of a larrikin. I've even heard a podcast where they go into detail about the Goat. It's quite entertaining.
Fuck, mate, he is the trifecta. He's given himself a nickname and got personalised plates with the same nickname. The nickname is self-given, and it's the Goat, because he thinks he's pretty fucking good.
Oh, no.
When he's not.
Oh, no.
Just thought I'd wrap your ears around that. Righto, catches.
But this, I've got to say, was a full cab-off sleeper restoration. So cab-off, did everything underneath. We're talking chassis, all the axles, rebuild everything. And that's how we know Gabe, because he shops at Mr. Landcruiser. And so he's done the full build underneath, left the cab, but he had to do some of the Homs patch panels on the floor and what have you. Before I go under the bonnet and show you what he's done there panel wise, we'll start up the front. He's got the ARB bar on it, and it supports those beautiful number plates, the Goat, named after Gabe himself. He named his car after himself, and then he's got a set of spotties up there, but he's kept it pretty plain looking, so it's got that farm look. Interior's been done. We'll go in there. He's dressed up some splitties and put the Dunlop road grippers on there. One of the things I love about the outside, it's got the old mirrors, but I love this. This, on either side, he has gun racks. So it was a shooting rig, but Gabe's just left it there for a look, and it gives it a cool outback Aussie feel about it. Now let's just go straight under the bonnet and look at the L98. Bloody hell. Just look at the way this big 6 litre fits in there. It looks like it's made or meant to be in there. It's come up a treat. Now, all these induction and the airbox, that's all whistle and soot. Yes, it does have a lid. Gabe didn't bring it with the car, but it does have a lid. But all the induction and the box here are custom made for this particular car. They're not on the shelf, but whistle and soot do some great custom work. He's got the thermo fan. There's no having a conventional fan and shroud up there, so he's got the thermo fan tucked up. But this wasn't that simple. There's a few things going on here. Now, in 1970, there was no booster, no brake booster at all. So you can imagine where the master and the clutch master sit next to each other are quite close. And we've got to put boosters in these cars to bring it to a disc brake car for legalities for an engine upgrade. So at Mr. Landcruiser, this is what we do, and Gabe took on our advice and took it home and did this all himself, and he's done a great job. We cut out a late firewall, and we end up pulling the whole pedal box. The older ones, it's really hard because the pedal box are they're welded in there, so we grind out the pedal box because those pedals are too close to each other. We unpick a later model, say an 84, pull out the firewall of that, pull out the firewall of this, or a big section, and graft them in. And then we graft in the later 84, say, pedal box. So now we can run 80 series booster and then the clutch master. It all just fits a treat straight out of factory. And if we have a close look, Gabe has left. So some guys unpick these, but when you change the firewall, there's a structure on that firewall, and in with the new one, when we unpick them, we leave that whole support there, put everything back into place just to replica the 1984. Now that's there for stability and for a reason. So Gabe was wise. Some guys pick them out on the other side of the booster. They pick that a bit of structure out. Gabe was smart enough to leave it all there, and it's all been signed off. And we do it here. It's a bloody big job. You've got a lot of unpicking, but this thing was a full cab off, remember? Not a full resto on the panels to give it the look, but a full cab off, new floors, new firewall, and then plumb everything in. That's about it in here. I've got to give a plug. Look at the lacquer wiring and look how neat the wiring is. Now this is all ACL. A lot of people already know, but if you don't, if you own a 40, thinking about buying a 40, ACL only does 40 series. He does 40 series. It could be a classic 1962, or it could be a heavily modified vehicle like this. But ACL looms up at the Sunshine Coast there, this is what he specialises in. I've put a brand new one in my vehicle, can't wait to drive it. and he really is ahead of the rest. I tell you, you get what you pay for, and if you want the best, go see ACL. So he's done such a nice job here. Actually, there was at the last Clex, the car show that Mr. Landcruiser has, this one was a bit cleaner on the day, and it won the best engine bay. I can see why. Bloody water powerhouse. This thing is just, it's plain and simple inside. He's kept it real basic. Now, apart from one thing, we've got the Helltech. Is it called the Helltech?
Helltech, yeah.
Okay, inside this thing is bloody beautiful. He has gone for a simple, classic look of its day. And apart from the Helltech here on the to replace the cluster, apart from that, everything's gone plain and simple. And it's a great gauge. I've been for a few drives in this. And if you do like this style of gauge, Gabe's got it mounted here on the dash. LCS 4x4 actually do the fascias to give it a much more streamlined 40 series look. So check them guys out if you want to go down. There's more than just Dakota out there. Guys are opting for the Helltech now, so very good choice. Now this thing's plain and simple. Yes, he's gone to SoFine at Redcliffe to get the upholstery redone, and now that guy is also a class above the rest. He's done a really nice job on the floor. No bull. Why would you use anything else? No bull's everybody's pick, and there's underneath that there's some deadener and what have you. Mr. Landcruiser has put the handbrake in. It didn't have one, and now this may have had lap belts in its day, but the engine upgrade, it's come to Mr. Landcruiser, and we take the full roof off and put the inserts down and have it all legally signed off to go the more modern seat belt. So that's ticked some boxes. It's all been mod plated now and ready for the new owner. All legality's done. The dash, he's used the old ashtray hole to put a few switches, and that's it. Otherwise you are looking at original knobs and what have you. Now this is a 5-speed, so it's a different stick and what have you going through. That's the interior now. Oh, I nearly forgot the overhead console. Very plain and simple. We've got the shooter's light, the hunting light above my head. He's left that, it's not even hooked up, it's just a bloody cool thing. Gives it that look. UHF, a little light, and a few other little mod cons inside the console. And that is the goat on the inside. Okay, I'm just going to I've got to start it so you can hear some of the note it's got, and then I'll turn it off and have another yibba yabba. But just listen. Oh, I'm so excited. I've got to stand this side of the door for the rest of this. And now I'm ready, I'll come back out. Okay, isn't that sweet? We might even go for a lap in it, eh? Okay, also on the exterior of this thing, that tray was on there the whole time. Gabe has given it the new floorboards, custom fuel cell up there now. So gone's the fuel tank inside, and we've got a custom fuel cell up there. And then the batteries on either side. So you saw no batteries under the battery tray, or under the hood, the bonnet. They're all back here. So on the driver's side, we got auxiliary start. On the other side, gives it lots of space under the hood. Now this thing, oh, and I do notice he has put the upgraded, the 10mm studs there, so he can do a few burnouts and not snap too much. That's basically this car. Now, I've been traveling with Gabe a few times now, and in this thing, I think we did about 4,000 Ks on one of the long drive for a droughts. Out at Winturn, Cunnamulla, been all out that country with Gabe in this vehicle, or I should call him the goat. And this vehicle, and it's such a pleasure. It's so nice to drive too. I have a few little squirts. Being a friend of Gabe's, we get to drive this one a little bit extra than some of them that normally come in. Now that's it, future plans. Gabe sold this, but he is building another one. He can't help himself. Since I've known the goat, this is his second build. He's starting his third, and he's telling us what parts he needs for his fourth build. So I think he gets a lot of enjoyment and pleasure out of actually building the things as well. So, and I don't blame the guy. So much fun playing with 40 Series Land Cruisers. Okay, that's it. Let's jump in it. Let's take it for a little squirt. I'm just going to burl up the road, keep the RPMs low, and let's have a look what she does.